Hello, this is David, and welcome to Equity Story. I'd just like to have a look at the ASX 200. I think it's quite actually bullish price action today. It's great to see us jump over these trend lines, and I think that's a really excellent sign for if we can just hold these levels by the sort of Friday, the end of the week. I do expect that we can carry on and make some really stronger movements up. We really do need to hold these levels by Friday, and certainly if we can, it would obviously be very positive for our market in the short term. Um, just I'd just like to have a look at obviously some of the recent trend we sold today. Here was Burson Group. Actually, she's got a great little buy signal on it at the moment, but we followed our normal path of if we've made 5.6% profit in 5 weeks, we're taking it. We're doing this because the market is still in a downturn trend, but again, to be honest, you know, in a normal stronger market, we would never be selling this stock, and we'd be holding it because the trend looks at the moment very good. But again, it's good profits, and it's another 5.6% profit for Equity Story. So again, Domino's a similar reason. The trend looks absolutely fantastic. We took a few days ago 7.6%, simply because that's what we do at Equity Story. When the markets are weak, we bag those profits when we get them, and I think that's the reason why we're averaging over 50% returns on ASX 200 stocks in a pretty tough market. I'd like to have a look at maybe a few more of the weekly buy signals. Again, API Group looks very strong. Again, she went through that buy signal nicely for us. One we put out on Sunday evening, and again, I think looks really strong. As does Magellan. I had a little jump Magellan. I thought she might have done a little bit better today, simply because the Dow did well last night, and she in some ways. I think if you can look at that sort of price action of Magellan, seems very similar if you go back here, back to June, July. But if you can sort of just do a little bit more, make that sort of next move up, I think hopefully in the next week or so we can see Magellan have that move, so we can make a good little profit on Magellan as well. As with again Gateway, had that nice little buy signal for us. Actually went through quite nicely. Went opened the week at 280 and traded as high as 289. Since then, obviously she's sort of come back to where she opened, but again, I quite like the look of those sort of charts when they have these big runs up, come back and they start sort of cupping around just above their long-term moving average. They tend to do really well. A typical example is one we put on recently, Bellamy's. We've recently put this one as a trending buy. And the reason it's got this perfect sort of chart, the one we really like. Again, what you can see at Bellamy's, it's come back, it's holding on that moving average and starting to cup up, and I think looks absolutely excellent. So I'll just show you another example. We're talking about this PME, again was a classic example. This is actually a stock that we're trending it, and we're a little bit too aggressive. This is the beginning of the year. We're trading it on a really bullish run, and again we weren't. It came back, held that long-term moving average beautifully, and we did suggest around these sort of levels to buy it again, and then it had this nice little run up. And for me, that's Bellamy now from a charting point of view, just looks like having that similar movement. And again, Bellamy's is a great story. I might have a pretty sort of high PE, but again with their earnings and the earnings growth in China, I think this is an exciting story. And this, like I said to you the other day, this was the one that got away from Equity Story. I'm glad to have a chance to come in and buy at these levels, and hopefully to make some good money out of it in the next few days. And while we're there, actually, BWX. Again, this is a 3-year growth story we put on, a story we really like, and as you can see, that short-term chart is absolutely excellent, and they're actually going into quite a different chart, different sort of bullish trend to the way Bellamy's is moving. But again, what a great short-term chart, generally holding the 40 and often it's holding the 20. And I do expect it to hold these sort of levels around sort of 420 and to start to make its way a little bit higher. Again, a great company, BWX, and they got that Sirkin brand. And I think if there's any sort of company that possibly could do a Blackmores over the next 7-8 months, it could be BWX. So if you're not into it, please go to the website, read the article on the company. It's been presented by our analyst Peter Kovetz, who's absolutely fantastic analyst. Spent many years before with DJ Carmichael, and I think it's a really exciting story and well worth having a look at. Just quickly before we go tonight, one little story. It's all great talking about the Eden Energies and the Hazer groups that are doing really well for us. But this is a little company that's actually sort of a 3-year growth story, MIGME. I think this is a really, really exciting company. It came down a little bit today and the trend's not good at all. This doesn't have much volume. But I think they are looking and to list on the Nasdaq later on this year, and I had I've spoken about the company quite a few times, and I think a company that's monetizing 33 million people with actually over 300 million members. I think this is when you look at it from a SaaS model, it's certainly a really for me exciting story. Anyway, on that note, hopefully we'll get some. I'll have a good night in the Dow tonight, and we'll get some trends out tomorrow morning, so we can start making even more money. And I'd like to thank you for listening to Equity Story, and good night.